All right, let's continue to look ahead to the NFL draft coming up April 24th. I keep saying that date because I just can't wait for it to finally get here. Stevenson Sylvester joining us to look at our NFL draft prospects, and we've done every school but the U, so now it's time to turn it over to the Crimson. And we want to start off with one of their defensive staples the last 4 years at the U on the defensive line, Junior Tafuna. This is a guy who really has been a solid foundational piece to the Utah defense.
Yeah, I think the key word there is solid, right? This is a guy that you can build around, right? He helps everybody else out, make sure the team's there. He's a morale guy, a leader, which is what you want, and another opportunistic type of guy, right? You got all the attention on the DNs, and he pushes the pocket up and makes it not comfortable for the opposing quarterbacks. It's exactly what you want. And one, I think his athleticism, right? He's a former linebacker at Bingham High School, and then he's put on weight. He's got a strong upper body. So you take that. His measurables are great, right? 6'3", 295. He makes it happen, and I think his athleticism is what's going to get him drafted, come draft day.
Yeah, you mentioned it. NFL scouts and coaches, they want pressure from every part of the defense, and to have that in the middle is super valuable. So when we look at Junior Tafuna, potentially at the NFL level, where's his strengths at? How would he fit best at the NFL?
His versatility, right? You can move him around on the defense. I think, these defenses are getting more and more exotic of where they put people, where they can see an advantage, and I just see him doing that. He's a sacrificial lamb on your defense, right? You need a guy to eat up some blocks. You need a guy to put his body on the line. That's Junior Tafuna for the greater good, which is the defense. He makes that happen, and I just think that him one-on-one matchups is what you're going to get. So a dynamic defense with a lot of pressure, a Texans or even the Miami Dolphins. I like him in that division of being effective. And so I think whatever team he's going to go to, I know he's going to go into it with the right mindset, and he's going to get it done.
All right, maybe the John Stockton of defensive line, eating up a lot of blocks to get those assists for his DNs to get in there, right?
You need people like that on every team, and he's one of those guys, and so you got to buy that.
Okay, so now we're going to take a look at his draft card here. Let's go back to the card shop with a pocket full of cash here. Junior Tafuna in the 7th round. As a 7th round draft card, Sly, are you buying Junior Tafuna?
I got to buy him, right? And there's a lot of guys within Utah that's getting these late round grades. And, I think Utah has had a reputation of putting out talented guys that turn out great, right? And Junior Tafuna's been on a lot of those teams, with the Devin Lloyds that got a 1st round draft pick, with the, Jonah Ellis, who's getting other things. He's been a part of those defenses. I think when you buy Junior Tafuna, you're going to get a solid guy who knows how to run the defense and is a leader. Yeah,
you talk about the defensive players they've pumped into the NFL over the years. Let's take a look at another one. Linebacker Corinne Reed's a guy that maybe 2 years ago you would have bought a little higher. I don't know, but let's put him as a 7th round draft grade now. Would you buy him?
I would buy him, and yes, I'm biased. I love Corinne Reed, right? He is such a smart individual. He does great things, getting everything done. Another great guy that's going to do whatever for the defense, right? We saw at the Senior Bowl, he did an amazing job of blitzing, right? The one-on-one blitz pickup, he was killing it. He's very good at stuff like that. Excellent in coverage. He's one of the lighter linebackers and shorter linebackers, so that would affect it. But we've seen guys like that excel at the next level, right? You're going to get a playmaker that's going to give his all every single time he's on the field.
Okay, for our next card, how about we go to tight end Brant Kuithe, another guy that, if you go back 2 years ago, you're probably talking about him as a day 2 pick, just the way his career, the trajectory it was on. He had a few injuries along the way, but he's still a valuable guy in the NFL. Do you buy him in the 7th round?
Yeah, no question. I mean, honestly, you think about how this day would ever come, right?
Yeah.
He's felt like he's been in college forever. But Brant Kuithe, I know he's coming off an injury, but he's the guy you want to get, right? He's a playmaker. He wins his one-on-one battles. He had so many comps to these top-tier NFL tight ends like Travis Kelce, TJ Hawkinson. He does it all. We've seen him get handoffs. We've seen him throw the ball. We've seen him catch it and take advantage of one-on-one opportunities, especially down in the swamp against SEC competition. He is a guy you want to invest in if you're going to give an opportunity, and he's getting a late round grade. That's a steal late.
Okay, so speaking of NFL tight ends, Caleb Lohner. I know this is an intriguing guy, not just locally, but all across the NFL. Is this a guy worth a 7th-round draft pick? Would you buy him there?
Man, I'm buying him.
Yeah.
You gotta buy him. 6'9" basketball player,
Yeah.
42-inch vertical, extremely athletic. When you get him the ball, he'll run by people as if he was a wide receiver, 240, 250 pounds, athletic. I'm telling you, there's gonna be small safeties in there. You just run him right down the middle. You could get him, 5 plays a game even, and you're gonna get some special factors. What do you have, 5 receptions for 5 touchdowns this year? Like, this guy is
100%
great.
touchdown rate.
I'm buying this. He's my sleeper.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think a lot of people know about him or is taking him seriously, but I'm telling you, that's a guy you want. Just pure athleticism, pure measurables. You take a guy like that, especially late in the draft. Caleb Lohner is going to be a steal. He's going to be one of the guys we're talking about for years in the NFL.
Okay, one more to go. Mekhi Bernard, the running back. This is a guy who saved his best for last at Utah, played parts of 6 seasons there, but had his 1,000-yard season last year.
Yeah.
Do you buy Mekhi Bernard in the 7th round?
Yeah, I mean, every time you put on the tape, this guy's making plays, right? You see a couple years ago when we had a 3-headed running back monster, this guy's making it happen. That touchdown he made in the Rose Bowl against Ohio State, I was right there. He got hands. I love him in the receiving game. You can see last year he's able to run the ball when you give him the ball. He's a 1,000-yard rusher. He's one of those guys that get it done. I really want him to go to San Francisco. I think him and Kyle Shanahan's offense it's a match made in heaven. And so I think that he's definitely somebody you want to buy. You know, I know he's had some injuries over the years. That'd be the only thing you think about. But he's tough, man. You saw what he was able to do this past year with this Utah team. He's a guy you want on your football team.
Okay, whether they get picked or not in the draft, I'm sure all these guys are going to get a chance to at least prove themselves in training camp. Can't wait to find out, though. Sly, thanks for joining us and breaking it all down.
Got it.